So Andrew Bogut is a legend of Australian basketball. His podcast is the Rogues Bogues podcast. So has Basketball Australia done the right thing, mate?
Yeah, I think it's the right decision, essentially, to go down the path they have. I think it was pretty obvious that it was going to go to a tough decision by them, and they've made the right decision. But I don't think the fight's over yet, to be honest with you. Reading the press release from Basketball Australia, first of all, an expert panel, Paul, had to convene to make this decision, which is, mind-boggling for me. I don't think you need an expert panel. I think it's pretty simple. I think males stay in male sports, females stay in female sports. And if you want to transition, have a third category. But I don't think the fight's over. I think this is a good start. But with wording along the lines of, we acknowledge we're still on a path of learning, and we acknowledge that we still need to have further education on the matter, was kind of in their statement along those lines. I'm still concerned, and the fight's not over. Why I say that is because when you look at local junior sports, this is still rife. It's still everywhere. So this is a win for semi-professional sport. But from what I hear from the community, people messaging me, there's netball leagues, rugby league, basketball, volleyball, whatever it is. There's males that have transitioned to female that are playing in those sports and hurting young girls, and that's still okay to this day. So that's the next step of trying to get that eradicated.
See, you're a smarter bloke than I, but you smelt the same whiff about this, which was, this is today's decision, but this isn't the forever decision. You can see what's about to happen. And also, when you talk about teenage sports, I think there's a whole collection of stuff that, frankly, is a little ungoverned by the overarching sports organisations at the tippy-top level and at the professional level. And there are things that are bubbling away at the teenage level where it doesn't even matter what Basketball Australia's position's going to be. You know that there's going to be two families and they're going to blow up about it because one wants their transitioned person to play and one doesn't want a transitioned person to play. You know what's about to happen courtside, don't you?
Yeah, and that's my point. We need to keep this topic on the burner and continue to discuss it, because I know for a fact there's a lot of people that are really angry about it. And I guess my message to those people in junior sports and those young girls and families is show up to your game, and if you're not okay with it, protest the game. If you're a 100-meter runner and you show up, get everybody on the page to when that gun goes off, none of you run. That's the only way it's going to stop locally. And a lot of these local community sport organizations are very arrogant. They take their fees. And the messaging that I've got from people that have complained is, if you don't like it, leave, go somewhere else. And that's just not right, especially when it is the silent majority. And also you look at, Opals players, Australian Opals players and, boomers and, professional sports people in Australia have not commented about this. It kind of tells you where they stand on the issue. So the loudest ones are the minority of a few, small number. But a lot of people are staying quiet because they're scared of the backlash and scared of getting labelled similar to what I've copped the last month for calling this out.
Yeah, but if there's a bloke with broad shoulders, we're looking at him right now and it ain't me.